Welcome back to Effortless Marketing, where we turn complex marketing concepts into easy, actionable insights for small business owners. I'm your host, Hailey Hodge, and today we're diving into the next segment in the Marketing 101 mini-series, specifically, the essential integrated marketing communications trends you need to know for 2025 and beyond. Let's kick things off with one of the biggest shifts happening right now. The rise of artificial intelligence from a marketing buzzword to the backbone of strategic marketing. A few years ago, AI in marketing was something only the biggest companies could afford to experiment with. It was all about chatbots and maybe a little automated ad targeting. Fast forward to today, and AI has become central to how brands of every size connect with their audiences. So what does this mean for small businesses like yours? It's all about hyper-personalization. Imagine sending the right message to the right customer at precisely the right moment, across email, social, ads, and more. AI makes this level of targeting not only possible, but practical, thanks to smarter algorithms and more accessible tools. You're not just blasting out a generic message anymore. You're creating real connections that drive results. But the magic doesn't stop there. AI is revolutionizing real-time content creation, too. Whether it's generating social media posts, crafting compelling ad copy, or even creating audio and video snippets, AI-powered platforms let you respond to trends and customer needs instantly. You can ride the wave of a trending topic or pivot your messaging on the fly, keeping your brand relevant and top of mind. Now, before you worry that marketing is becoming too robotic, here's the important part. Authenticity still reigns supreme. The most successful brands, especially small businesses, are those that use AI to enhance their unique voice, not replace it. Human oversight is absolutely key. Think of AI as your creative sidekick, taking care of the heavy lifting so you can focus on the big ideas and personal touches that make your business stand out. The businesses that thrive in 2025 and beyond will be the ones that embrace AI, not as a novelty, but as an essential tool integrated with human intuition and creativity. And the best news, the playing field is leveling. Tools that were once out of reach for small businesses are now more affordable and user-friendly than ever. Let me give you an example. I recently spoke with a bakery owner who uses AI-driven content tools to schedule her weekly promotions, create mouth-watering social posts, and even analyze which flavors are trending in her area. She's not a tech expert, but with the right tools, she's running a marketing campaign that rivals the big chains, all while keeping her messaging authentic and her customers engaged. So if you've ever felt intimidated by AI, now's the time to lean in. The future of integrated marketing isn't about replacing the marketer. It's about empowering you to focus on what matters most, building real, lasting relationships with your customers. Ready to see how values-driven storytelling is reshaping the marketing landscape? Let's dive into that next. Let's dig into a trend that's becoming more than just a nice-to-have, values-driven storytelling. If you've noticed that customers aren't just looking for products or services anymore, you're not alone. In 2025, audiences, whether they're buyers, partners, or even your own employees, are holding brands to a much higher standard. People want to know what you stand for, not just what you sell. Integrated marketing communications are increasingly centered around purpose. We're seeing a massive shift toward campaigns that highlight sustainability, champion diversity, and make a genuine social impact. But here's the thing. It's not enough to slap a hashtag on your social feed or make a one-off donation. Audiences are savvy. They can spot inauthentic, performative efforts a mile away, and calling out fake brand activism has almost become a sport on social media. So what does it look like when it's done right? Think about companies, big and small, that consistently share stories about their commitment to the environment, or those that spotlight the diversity of their team and community. Their messaging isn't just a campaign. It's woven into everything they do, from Instagram posts to customer service interactions. This kind of cohesion across channels is what builds real credibility and long-term loyalty. For small businesses, this is actually a huge advantage. You probably already have strong ties to your local community and a unique story to share. Maybe you source your ingredients locally, support neighborhood events, or hire from within your town. These details might seem small, but they're incredibly compelling when shared honestly and consistently. Let's look at a few examples. There was a coffee shop that started a monthly Pay What You Can Day to help fight food insecurity in their city. They didn't just post about it once. They shared stories from participants, talked about challenges, and updated their audience on the impact. The response? Customers became loyal advocates, sharing the shop's story far and wide. Many food-based shops in Europe are using the app Too Good To Go to sell what otherwise would have to be tossed out right before the expiration date at a greatly reduced cost to avoid waste. This gives people the opportunity to take advantage of a good deal while the business creates less waste. Enrolling in programs like this fosters a sense of value for the customer, as they see the business being sustainable. On the flip side, we've all seen campaigns where a brand suddenly claims to care about an issue, but there's no evidence of real action. That disconnect erodes trust fast, and in some cases, the backlash can be more damaging than saying nothing at all. So if you're thinking, how do I make sure my marketing feels genuine? Start by reflecting on your own values. What truly matters to your business? How do your actions support those values? Then, tell those stories clearly and honestly across every channel. It doesn't have to be flashy or perfect. It just has to be real. Up next, we'll talk about how to measure what actually matters in your marketing. Because in 2025, it's not just about likes and follows. Stick around. Let's talk about something every marketer obsesses over, but few truly master: measurement. For years, we've been chasing those vanity metrics: likes, shares, follower counts. They're easy to understand, they look impressive in a report, and let's be honest, they give us that little dopamine hit. But as we look to 2025, the game is changing. The real winners in marketing are those who move beyond surface-level stats and focus on metrics that actually drive business success. So what does that mean for you as a small business owner? It's time to connect your marketing efforts directly to outcomes like revenue growth, customer lifetime value, and brand equity. Instead of asking, how many people liked my post, start asking, how many people came back and bought from me again? Or, did this campaign increase the amount customers spend with me over time? These are the numbers that tell you if your marketing is truly working. This is where advanced analytics and AI step into the spotlight. Today's tools, many designed with small businesses in mind, can help you track things like repeat purchases, website conversions, and even customer sentiment. And you don't need to be a data scientist. Many platforms now translate complex data into simple dashboards, showing you at a glance what's working and what isn't. Let's use an example. Imagine you run an online craft store. In the past, you might have celebrated getting 1,000 new Instagram followers after a campaign. But what if only a handful of those followers ever visited your website or made a purchase? Instead, you start tracking how many new signups on your email list actually turn into paying customers, how many buyers come back for a second purchase, and whether your average order size is growing. Suddenly, you have a much clearer picture of your marketing's real impact. Here's another key insight. More data isn't always better. It's easy to get overwhelmed by dashboards full of charts and graphs. Focus on the numbers that align directly with your goals. If your objective is to build loyalty, track repeat purchases and customer referrals. If you want to grow your brand, pay attention to brand mentions and customer reviews, not just how many times your video was viewed. So as you plan your next campaign, set clear goals and decide upfront how you'll measure success. Choose 1 or 2 meaningful metrics and track them diligently. Not only does this prove your ROI, but it also helps you make smarter, faster adjustments along the way. Ready to explore how hybrid engagement is reshaping the way we connect with customers in this blended world? That's coming up next. Let's talk about one of the most exciting and sometimes challenging shifts in marketing today: hybrid engagement. If you haven't heard this phrase before, think of it as a direct response to the way our world has changed, both at work and at home. Hybrid engagement is all about blending digital experiences with in-person touchpoints, creating a seamless journey for your audience wherever they are. With the rise of remote and hybrid work, people's routines and expectations have changed. Customers are no longer just walking past your storefront, they're also scrolling through your Instagram during a lunch break at home, or joining a virtual event from their living room. This means your marketing has to meet them in both spaces and do it creatively. So, what does that look like in practice? For starters, digital-first events are now a staple. Think virtual product launches, online workshops, or live-stream Q&As. These experiences let you connect with people beyond your immediate community, expanding your reach in ways that weren't possible before. But here's the twist: local, in-person activations are still powerful. Pop-up shops, community meetups, and exclusive in-store promotions offer that irreplaceable personal touch. The magic happens when you blend these approaches. For example, a boutique might host an in-store workshop and stream it live for remote fans, offering special discounts to both audiences. Or a restaurant could create a virtual tasting event, shipping sample kits to attendees' homes and guiding them through the experience online, while also hosting a small group in person. Flexibility and creativity are crucial. Some customers crave digital convenience, while others miss face-to-face interaction. By offering both, you show that you understand and value their preferences. This also opens the door to engaging a more diverse and geographically spread out audience. Technology is your ally here. Even small businesses can use affordable tools to send digital invites, host live video, or create interactive online content. The key is to experiment and see what resonates with your audience. Try mixing digital and in-person strategies, maybe a local event with a virtual follow-up, or an online contest that leads to an in-store reward. Bottom line, hybrid engagement isn't just a trend, it's the new normal. Embrace it, and you'll build deeper, more meaningful connections with customers, wherever they are. Coming up, we'll explore how empowering your team and staying agile can turn challenges into brand-building opportunities. Stay tuned. Let's shift gears and talk about two powerful forces in modern marketing: employee advocacy and agility. These might sound like buzzwords, but for small businesses, they're real superpowers, especially as we face a future filled with both opportunity and unpredictability. First, let's tackle employee advocacy. Here's a secret that big brands have known for a while: people trust people, not logos. Your employees, whether it's a team of 2 or 20, are your most credible storytellers. When they share their experiences, values, and excitement about your business, it doesn't just feel authentic, it is authentic. And in 2025, authenticity isn't optional, it's essential. The lines between internal and external communications are blurring. Every team member's social post, email signature, or conversation with a customer becomes part of your brand narrative. Empowering your employees to share their stories, highlight their favorite products, or talk about community involvement amplifies your reach in ways traditional marketing can't touch. Provide them with tools, templates, and encouragement, but let their personalities shine through. The result? A brand that feels human, relatable, and trustworthy. Now, let's talk agility. If the last few years have taught us anything, it's that surprises are the new normal. Economic shifts, social movements, unexpected events, these can throw even the best-laid plans into chaos. That's why agility, being able to pivot quickly and communicate clearly, is no longer a nice-to-have. It's non-negotiable. For small businesses, agility means scenario planning, thinking ahead about what you'll do if a major supplier goes offline, a social issue takes center stage, or a sudden trend explodes. It means having a plan for synchronized messaging so your team, your website, and your social channels all speak with one voice, especially in a crisis. Let me share a quick story. A local bookstore, when faced with sudden supply chain issues, trained their staff to update customers in real time, both in-store and online. Employees shared behind-the-scenes looks at the challenges and celebrated creative solutions. Customers not only stayed loyal, they rallied to support the business, turning a potential setback into a community-building moment. Resilience and quick thinking give you a real edge. By leaning into employee advocacy and mastering agility, you build a brand that's not just prepared for the unexpected, but able to thrive in it. Up next, let's bring it all together with a quick recap and some action steps you can take to future-proof your marketing. We've covered a lot of ground today, so let's take a moment to recap and turn these big ideas into simple, practical action steps you can use right away. First, we started with the rise of AI in marketing, not just as a trend, but as a strategic essential. AI is making it easier than ever for small businesses to personalize messages, create content in real time, and stay ahead of customer expectations. The key is to use these tools as a way to amplify your brand's voice, not replace it. Authenticity still rules. Next, we talked about the power of values-driven storytelling. Customers want to connect with brands that stand for something real. Share your story, support your community, and make your values a visible part of your marketing. It's not about grand gestures, it's about genuine, consistent action. When it comes to measurement, shift your focus from vanity metrics to what really matters, metrics that show true business impact like sales growth, repeat customers, and brand loyalty. Today's analytics and AI-powered dashboards make it easier to track these numbers, even if you're not a data expert. Hybrid engagement is here to stay. Blend digital experiences with in-person touchpoints to meet your audience where they are. Be creative and flexible. Sometimes the best ideas come from experimenting with new formats, whether it's a virtual event, a local pop-up, or something in between. Don't underestimate the influence of your team. Empower your employees to become advocates for your brand and keep your communications agile. The businesses that thrive are those that can pivot quickly, communicate clearly, and bring their team along for the ride. So, what can you do next? Here are a few steps to get started. Explore at least one AI-powered tool for content creation or analytics this month. Reflect on your core values and brainstorm ways to share them in your marketing. Choose one new metric to track that aligns with your business goals. Try a hybrid event or campaign. Combine digital and in-person elements and see how your audience responds. Encourage your team to share their own stories and connect with customers authentically. Remember, the goal isn't to do everything at once, but to take small, confident steps toward innovation and authenticity. The future of integrated marketing is about blending smart technology with real human connection, making your brand more resilient, relatable, and ready for growth. And if you're looking for tools that make all this easier, from AI content creation to analytics and campaign management, there are user-friendly options out there built specifically for small businesses. These platforms can help you harness the power of AI, save time, and focus on what you do best, serving your customers. Thank you so much for joining me today on Effortless Marketing. Hope you tune in next week for more from our mini-series, Marketing 101. Until then, remember, valuable marketing tips in the time it takes to sip your morning coffee.